Hey there everybody, how's it going? So in today's video I wanted to talk about fictional crushes, and in particular kind of make a case for them and also make a case against them at the same time. So I was in a conversation recently with one of my friends, and we were talking about our fictional crushes, right? What makes them attractive, what makes them unattractive, and then sort of comparing them to real people. Okay, fine, this was actually done over a few different conversations, but it's still more or less the same information, right? So we're talking about what makes someone attractive, what makes them not attractive, and in these particular settings, would you be attracted to this person in real life, right? Or is it one of these instances where you only like them because of the particular story or because of the particular setting? And my particular crush that I was referencing at this time, or actually to a few of my other friends, has been Pan Am Palmer from Cyberpunk 2077. And this is really interesting because if you play the game or you know anything about it, then piss off because I'm going to tell you anyways. So in the game Cyberpunk, right, it's sci-fi, it's futuristic, and there is a character named Pan Am. And not only is she super hot, but also she is really good technically, right? She's really good with vehicles. She's really good with guns. She's really just a very technically sound person. She knows how to stand up for herself without being over the top or being that too strong of a female lead. We all know kind of what I'm referencing there. And I just really have been hit right in the knocker, right in the feels for her. And this is kind of a rare thing. This doesn't happen too often. And so this has kind of made me think about, well, would I really want someone in life like this? Because I do know people in my life that are like this, or at the very least are very similar. And in general, I'm not super attracted to them. Now, it could also be because they're not, Pan Am Palmer with the shape of a nice sponge. But I think that this really does stick out to me as to, is it a fictional setting or is it a real setting? So one of the arguments that I like to make for fictional crushes is that they're good in the sense that you can kind of think about them, you can dwell on them, and you're not really hurting anybody in particular, right? If you want to look up fan art about a fictional crush, go for it. If someone online says something bad about your fictional crush, I get that you might get a little bit heated because I know that I certainly do. But it's not a real person, and people can have differing opinions on this same fictional crush, and it's going to be fine, right? This isn't someone that you're actually going to go to war for. This isn't someone that, is going to actually truly make a difference in your real life, or at least we kind of hope not. And I think that this is a good thing, too, is that also it makes you feel emotional, and it makes you feel as though, man, I still got this in me to where I really like this thing. Or, yeah, it's nice to feel this way, this strongly about someone. Because a lot of times that doesn't happen. That's actually much more of a rare thing. I think for most people just going through their daily lives is people might have crushes, but they might not be exactly emotionally invested into them. So sometimes it does feel good to just realize that those emotions still do exist and that they're still there. But a caveat to it, and something that I've certainly found true for myself, is that by having fictional crushes and ones that I'm really into, it kind of ruins people in real life, right? And obviously you know that there's a difference between real life and the people that you talk to and the people that you see on the street and what you're actually attracted to. But on some level, it does really kind of mess with you. If, for instance, I only found people that look like Pan Am Palmer, who's Native American, attractive, or that's the one who I'm really obsessed with, when I'm walking around, when I'm going at 2 a.m. on the subways and, crawling through the vents and staring at people with my binoculars, I might not necessarily find a really good person attractive, and otherwise I would have, because I'm still obsessed with this fictional crush, right? The fictional crush is still in my mind, and it's kind of starting to have real life ramifications. It's to the point where I'm thinking, well, this other person's good, but they're never going to be Pan Am. They're never going to be Masato Katsuragi, right? And I think that that's not really a good thing, because you could be easily, missing out on someone who is phenomenal and someone who is just right there in front of you because you're still wrapped up in this fictional character who doesn't even exist and never even will exist. So I think it's kind of a give and a take sort of thing. I'd like to elaborate more on this topic, but I don't really feel like it, so I'm probably just going to cut the video short. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Do you think that fictional crushes are a good thing overall? Do you think that they're a bad thing? And who's one of your biggest fictional crushes that you've ever had? I want to hear it. Thank you so much and have a nice day.